Hi guys! Welcome to another episode of Pillow Talk. The last Pillow Talk we had was with Daniel Cervantes Lim. Today we have another really amazing guy. His name is Allan Phang. I think he's no stranger to many of you guys on social media. So let's bring him in now, yeah? Hi Allan!
Hello, hi. Pillow
Hi.
talk with May. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. Hi everyone. So May said I need to wear my pajamas. I really wear, No
Is
kidding.
that
I'm wearing
your
Donald Duck.
pajamas? Oh
Donald
no,
Duck.
no. My pajamas teddy bear, and I brought my teddy friend as well. Did you bring your teddy friend?
No teddy bear. Never mind, I got my
No,
water bottle.
no sleeping companion, no cuddle bunny.
So funny. First
Yeah,
ever pillow talk, May. How are
pillow.
you?
Yeah, I'm great. I mean, we have not seen each other for so many years, you know. Hey, Alan used to
Crazy.
be my party friend, when we were young,
where,
early 20s,
where,
right? Yeah.
yeah, where did we go again last time for parties?
We went like Poppy, Zouk, and then there was a festival, some sunrise festival or something. It was all muddy and everything. Those
Oh,
were the
yeah, yeah,
days,
yeah.
how we can do all that. So let me do a very quick
Sure.
introduction, Alan. Okay, I will label you, Alan, as a brand enthusiast because I've shared this with you before. No matter what brand you go to, which company you go to, I will definitely know what you're doing. When I first know you, it was paintball. That time paintball not very famous, but you made it famous. And because of you, I knew everything about paintball, how much it costs, and all the guns and all that. And then you moved to Air Asia and the esports department. And then I started
Mm,
knowing everything about esports and all. And
wow.
then while with Evos, and I had to
Yeah.
Google what is this company about. So I felt like a brand enthusiast. Wherever you go, everyone else around you would know about it. And naturally, then you became a community builder because of your love for the brand. And yeah, esport enthusiast lah now lah, esport advocate lah. So first question is really to ask you like, how did you do this? How did you build community after community, no matter where you go, and unrelated industry?
Well, that's a good question, May. Personally, I like to share a bit of my journey. It's not an overnight thing. It's something that took a lot of time. And like just sharing, I'm 39 now, so been quite a while. Yeah, I started working. I was like 22, 23. And back then in paintball days, like you mentioned, I actually went on ground and talked to the community, go to events, go to where they are, So some marketers or brand people, they just see a proposal and that's it, right? For me, I really go down the rabbit hole and talk to them. What is their pain points in the industry? What they like, what they don't like. Listen to all the gossip, just to get a sense of what's going on, uh, get a pulse of the market. And I think that's what separates out someone who really goes on ground. So after that, in Air Asia too, I'm like, I need to know my colleagues lah. So I really get to know people and spend time with them, go lunch with them, not just in work but also outside of work. So it's a lot of effort and time. It's not a overnight thing. And in esports, it's the same thing. When I first didn't know anything, I actually went to events, talked to the community. People don't know who the heck is this guy from Asia. I want to know about esports. So go talk to them, make friends with them, go mamak session with them until even out my office hours, yeah. After 6 p.m., go hang out with them. Hey, come, let's go Yamcha, let's go to the mamak, teh tarik, just to find out what's happening in the scene. Because not everything you can find on like Google News. I was Googling, wow, what's this esports? But not really much information on Malaysia or Southeast Asia. So I attended events around the region and it's really going on ground. So that's where the rich data is at, and not everything is on Google sometimes. And even the market researchers can't even pinpoint certain things. They also need to go on ground, back to the old school way. So yeah, going on ground really helps, and I'm sure you experienced that in your own communities as well.
Yes, I do definitely. I mean, working with the underprivileged community,
Mm,
especially, there's a lot of groundwork to do, meeting, chatting with them, many Yamcha sessions and all. But in order to do this, I also recognize the passion needs to burn strongly. You cannot day after day go out after your working hours to talk about something you're not passionate about. So how do you keep the passion burning for the brand? Because it's again various brands that you join, and your passion ignite again and again for various brands. So how do you keep that passion burning? I still can remember you and your Air Asia cap, red color. It takes a very big person to wear the same cap all over the place. So what's that secret to keep that passion burning?
So before I joined AirAsia for about 7 years previously, I was actually doing my own small business, the paintball business. I was doing that for 10 years. And I realized that at that time I was an entrepreneur, right, with two other partners. And I realized it's not easy to be a entrepreneur or be a big boss for the company and stuff like that. It takes a lot of extra effort because back then the problem was not many people knew what is paintball. When I go around telling people, they think like, oh, itu pinball, play the pinball machine or something, like wow. So what happened was, I understand that pain point as a owner of the company, and if my employees back then would share the love about the company, then it kind of amplifies and more people would know. And I was like sharing like crazy on social media lah, and until you also know about paintball and stuff like that. And people say that, wow, when I left the industry, people like, oh, Alan Chow already, habis lah, gone now. Who's going to spam us now, right? And when I joined AirAsia, also I keep sharing about AirAsia, even though it's not my job to share on social media in a way, right? It's not my direct job. And even people were commenting, hey, why is Alan sharing about AirAsia stuff even after 6 p.m.? He get extra pay, or is he working part time extra? But because I understand as a business owner, the pain I went through, and when I work in a company, I want to give my best, and it's a two-prong approach. You're working there already, and you're representing the company, so why not be a good brand ambassador and represent it well? And you also get a lot of interesting insights. People will remember you top of mind. So I even got one of my friends, he was saying that, Alan, there's only three people I know very prominent in the Asia, who is very prominent on Facebook and all that. Like, who? First is Tony Fernandez. Second is Dato Kamaruddin, his partner, the other co-founder. Third is you. I'm like, huh? Me? Really? Yeah. Because
I
out of
agree.
I don't know why, He apparently he said that not many people in the company in Asia back then shared about the company. Maybe I don't know. It's a double-edged sword, right? Some people talk about, oh, we work 9 to 6, 9 to 5, and then that's it, right? But for me, I'm different. Because to me, what is the harm of sharing one post, right? Share is free. It's not like I have to go extra work. You don't need a PhD to share a post. Where class share? Keep sharing, and then I get a lot of interesting leads. People like, oh, Helen, I want to get connected in Asia to so and so, to this department, IT department, engineering department. It's like, oh yeah, sure. So I'll be like a connector until to a point. Even the esports world, people say that, oh, Alan, he's the super connector. Okay, who you want to connect, he connect. So imagine last time, you and Shao like, oh, May, yeah, I know she's in Shao. Or now you're in Taylor's education group. Like, yeah, I know May, so I'll connect. So really go off the way in that sense, and it's not easy because it's not a natural tendency for some people. It's not their behavior. So I actually went out of it. So after 21 days becomes part of your behavior kind of thing. So I realized the benefit. There's more benefits than cons, lah, in that sense. More pros than cons. Not only that, it's like because you're working in that company. So I worked 7 years in Asia. So takkan I just keep quiet, right? I want the whole world to know I'm working in that company, proud of the company and stuff like that. There's even a situation people say, "Oh, Alan, once you leave Asia, no one gonna remember you." I'm like, why? Of course, Asia's a big brand. After you leave, then people won't remember you. You're not important anymore. Like, okay, how do I make sure I stay relevant, right? So after that, I shifted the way how I share my content. I needed to like rebrand myself. When I start wearing my blue hat, cap, and all that, and a lot of strategy involved. It's not just simply tembak. A lot of posts I share is not for fun, even though people think it is. It's all strategically posted on my Facebook. Even the TikTok stuff, people think I just play for fun. And then what I doing with a small kids app, right now. You saw my TikTok, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so dancing like a clown. People think I do it for fun. It's actually market research, and I wanted to see how the community reacts to it. My followers or my friends who are following. Some is like saying like, why is people sharing TikTok stuff on Facebook? But they don't understand that there's a reason behind it. Not just simply buta sharing lah. So I just want to encourage all those out there who are not so used to sharing on social media. Please go do post positive stuff and don't post anything bad, because your future company will use AI in the future and
Yeah.
screen through your social media. Yeah, correct
Yeah.
me. And then they
Yes.
will track you if you say all the effort, foul language, or get drunk every night.
Yeah.
Just party photos and all that. Also, you try to use LinkedIn a lot. LinkedIn is a most undisputed social platform that not many people for some reason use it. It's really good. It cuts away all the noise because all the working people are there. Number one. Number two, your potential future employer is there. Number three, you can do brand building for your company that you're working with now. Number four, those people are not fake people, like in Facebook you can create 10 accounts, 20 accounts, all those fake names. A guy can be girl, girl can be guy, but on LinkedIn it's very authentic, and the community is very kind and very supportive. So yeah, yeah, so these are the stuff I want to share. I
Yeah.
also kind of like want to share that some people are concerned that, oh, Alan, if you work in Azure back then, right, you share about Azure stuff. No, you're not concerned that people keep pestering you about their, oh, Alan, my flight got cancelled. I got problem with this booking. Wow, I get that
I
a lot.
used
Okay,
to do that.
it's like, wow, suddenly become customer care. How? Then I'll be smart. I don't have to handle it because it's not my job, and I don't want to say the wrong thing because I'm not customer care. But I
Yeah.
can educate and lead them to the right link, to the
Mm,
right path to talk to the customer care.
mm.
So,
Uh,
and I also at one time was educating other uh, Azure employees, our all stars, to do the same thing. To be an advocate for the company, be a brand builder, and there were a few. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. So if I hear you, what you said is in order to keep that passion burning, it came from your instinct, and that instinct was originated from being an entrepreneur yourself. So
Mm,
you're advocating for all those brands because you know how important brand is to all the employers that you work with. That is one angle that actually many people don't see. They think that, oh,
mm,
I'm a gaji only, so I just go to work. But because you know that branding equals to likability of your employer, and that equals to probably how big the brand can grow and benefit towards you as well eventually. So that's one thing that was a big takeaway for me. Another takeaway is when you said we have to be careful what we share online, where everything is permanent. So whatever we are doing now, including our pillow talk session,
mm.
clean. I remember when I first started bedtime stories with me, my friends were teasing to say, "Oh, are you going to wear lingerie and have sexy music and candles and do your videos?" I said, "No, no, 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 no. Whatever online is going to be permanent. So it's going to be positive. It's going to be healthy and empowering." So that's a good one. So a follow up question on what you shared just now about how you tried to separate your own identity from the brand identity. So while you are very vocal supporting the brand, yet you also want to be your own independent identity, right? So what about from the brand perspective? For me, the first question I ask you is, hey, Alan, how they replace you in Air Asia? Huh? Because you lost an Allan Phang, right? So from a brand perspective, so
So yeah, yeah, that's a good question. I get a few messages because I posted on April Fool's Day, 1st April. Like, okay, guys, I'm leaving. People like, hey, Alan, April Fool are you? Then later they found out, hey, real lah. They're like, cannot be. They can't believe like someone died like that. I'm like, no, I'm moving on, man. So yeah, it took some time because not many people like that in the company, and I understand why some people are very protective. They don't want people catch out, disturb them after work hours about, hey, my ticket problem and stuff like that. But they don't understand there's a whole value there, because when you work in an organization and you represent the company properly, people will identify you for that. They'll recognize you, and wherever you go later on, people remember you for who you were, and they realize that, wow, you can do that in that company. What if you join my company? Yeah, then you can still do the same, right? And AirAsia has a company base of 20 over 1,000 employees. So imagine 20 over 1,000 KOLs, influencers doing that at the same time. The amplification is really magnified, versus you will hire 20,000 KOLs to do the work. It's going to cost a lot of money. And so I realized the power and the potential of that. Even now in my new company, EVOS, I also share a lot, and I'm also encouraging our 100 over employees to do the same. It's free advertising, free marketing for the company. You generate a lot of leads, and it's organic, it's authentic. You're sharing stuff with the company, then people will get more trust, right? You build trust because there's a lot of surveys, reports, you can check it out. People talking, a lot of reports saying that, oh, if the own company employees share about their own company, higher chances of them trusting that brand versus just asking people to share about it through paid advertising and stuff like that. Because it's organic. So there's a lot of research done. It's not an overnight thing. I read a lot of personal branding articles. Go to YouTube, how tos and all that. Yeah.
Hmm. So interesting. So you left Air Asia for a
Mm,
company that is much smaller, right?
way
But
much smaller. Yeah.
still within the esports industry. So why did you take that leap?
So there was two choices I could have done because I felt like my time in Asia was up 7 years and I've done so many stuff like ancillary income, partnerships and business development, regional marketing in Philippines, India, and also corporate culture, employee engagement, internal branding, then esports. Wow, 7 portfolios in 7 years. So I thought like, okay, time to like make a jump, right? That was end of last year before COVID. So I'm like, okay, where do I go next? Then I got headhunted to join this EVOS. They're like, hey, Helen, come and join us. They actually asked me the year before, but I couldn't because I need to finish projects for both Tony Fernandez and Dato Kamarudin. And then this year I realized when about to finish the projects, like, okay, maybe time to move lah. So because I wanted to have more growth and go all in 100% to esports. And that's when I make the move. So I could have done two things. Either go to esports or go to another new industry like AI or blockchain, for example, right? Or some other industry, F&B, whatever. But then I spoke to a lot of mentors and they shared me some important tips. They're like saying, "Oh, Alan, you've been going around the world. People know you as the esports guy. So in esports, you're still kind of like well known in the space among industry leaders. So if you go back to the esports circle, you're still within that zone. People know you. If you go to a new industry like AI or blockchain, you got to start back from scratch. Nobody knows who is Allan Phang, right? So that was a choice I made, and it's a calculated decision. So I joined the esports world, and still remain relevant in the market, if I may say. Yeah, I think the keyword here is relevance. Yeah, so I kind of transition from airline world to the esports world, and we don't even know what's next after that. So I'm just going with the flow, like you say lah, from paintball to airline to esports. It's like one door open after another, and it's all interconnected. And now I'm in the esports world, right? I connect the dots. Terbalik on the back. I'm actually doing stuff which I used to do from the paintball world, and I'm putting key learnings from a niche market to the esports market, which is becoming from niche to mass market. And it's like what Steve Jobs said, connect the dots backwards in his one of his speeches, right? Don't think what you do now is insignificant, because sometimes in our life, in our careers, we might think that, oh, it's so boring. I do my work day in, day out. Hey, that work you're doing is for a training for some other day, yeah, not for today. So be loyal in what you do. Be diligent, and you see the fruits of your labor much later, not immediately. Yeah, so this is what I learned. Like, if I didn't learn about personal branding from the paintball days and how to promote paintball, I wouldn't have transferred that knowledge into the Azure world and now to the esports world. It's a learning curve. Sometimes I learn what to share, what not to share, what offends people, what doesn't offend people. So it's every day is a learning process, and you need to keep up with times like algorithms. I'm learning stuff. Oh, Twitter has their own algorithm, LinkedIn, Facebook as well. What's the best time to post and stuff like that. So
You got
yeah,
to give me some tips, lah. I'm just trying to learn about all this, so we'll take that offline. But
can
as you're
can.
talking, I'm just so amazed at the wealth of knowledge you have due to your very diligent learning process over the years, right? Very different Alan from my party friend Alan, now. So many years.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
What were you like as a child? As a child, have you ever dreamed that you will be a person like this, a community builder? And what of stories? Where do you learn things from as a child? Do you learn from bedtime stories? Do you even have a bedtime story routine?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. I used to read a lot of Enid Blyton, Secret Seven, Famous Five. So these are very bunch of curious kids, always finding out stuff. You also read too, me?
Yes, me too.
Okay, okay, high five. Yeah. So yeah, I learned a lot from there, being curious. And when I grew up, I watched a lot of those FBI, CIA movies. They like to inquire a lot. So I learned that in my working life also. My working life wasn't smooth because when I first started out, I was actually like a college dropout, like, oh, what do I do? Then I entered into the paintball world, right? People like saying, sort crazy, paintball, we can earn money one. So that time we started off with an initial capital of 60,000 ringgit with two other partners. And after that, we got average revenue about 4 million ringgit. So like, wow, there was an industry there. So I left just in time before I collapsed back then because of the government regulation. And I realized along the way, even for those listening in, if you don't have a college or university diploma degree, don't worry. There's so many courses you can learn for free out there. A lot of things on the net, YouTube, learn free courses, learn it up. And you don't even have to pay a single cent, yeah. And you can apply it in your working environment. Even some companies now don't require a degree. I'm not saying don't get a degree. If you are in the middle of doing one, please complete it. If not, your parents will kill me. But I'm saying I came from a school of hard knocks. No
Yeah.
degree, no diploma. My SPM said it's a SAP way. SAP means fail the SPM. Crazy, man. And all my three jobs I didn't really go for a proper interview. I just went through the protocols and stuff like that. AirAsia, I went for interview. The interviewer was shocked. No degree. They're like, no diploma. See your SPM? Why your SPM look different? This is SAP. Huh? You fail your SPM, you get SAP. The interviewer hang K for a while, like blur for a while. Oh, okay. The SPM. So I worked my way up. It wasn't an easy path. So yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
learnings.
Yeah, that's amazing, So I guess the childhood habit of reading and being
Mm,
imaginative and basically being a hustler really took you to where you are now. The survival instinct is really strong. Yeah.
yeah, I think being creative is important. Creative and knowledge, because these two things nobody can take away from you. Whatever you read, your knowledge, right? Nobody can steal it. It belongs to you until you go to the grave. It belongs to you. And creativity is always there. There's something that's unique. So everyone has their own creative mindset and their own way of doing things. So just apply it. And a lot of things I actually learn online. I read a lot, lah. Forbes. Economists reading now a lot, and also INC Inc. or entrepreneur.com. A lot of great stuff, a lot of motivational stuff also. Not every time I'm on a high, there's sometimes downtime also. I'm sure everyone experiences it, but surround yourself self with good people, good friends, and also this is one tip I want to share myself, my personal journey. I didn't have any mentors like right now. You got all these platforms like Future Lab and all that mentorship platforms, free some more. Back then, it's all like bang wall, bang the wall. That's my mentor lah. The wall's my mentor. So I didn't even plan to say that. So what happened? I'm trying to say is find a mentor, someone who is senior in your particular industry, and go out yamcha with them maybe once a month or once in 2 months, so that they can guide you along the way. They're like your human GPS, so you don't get lost. Go get into too much trouble lah. Minimize and reduce the risk of trouble, and try to move forward with their guidance, because they went through a lot of salt. They ate a lot of salt. What do you think, May?
Yeah. So I was just reflecting, the old people, they would say, they eat salt more than you eat rice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, mentorship is very important lah. Not many people talk about it. So I'm sure, May, you have your own set of mentors. So these are very helpful these days, and it
Yeah.
makes our journey smoother, I believe. So those out there listening, if you don't have a mentor or you're thinking about getting one, yeah, please go get one. You don't know how much
Up to
help
you,
they will
and
do.
looks like you are ready to be a very good mentor.
Still learning, still learning. But I've been helping out, giving back. This one thing I want to share to those around our age group, or more senior, you might say. I don't want to say all lah. Yeah, give back to the younger generation. I believe in that, because we don't want them to experience the hardship we went through. We want to make things better, because it will accelerate the growth, not only for the person but for the country. So giving back in the form of mentorship would be great. I still guide some younger people from some programs like the Axiata. They had a program, and also back then Future Lab, they have a program. Yeah, even within the Taylor's education group, you also can form your own mentorship and give back to the CSR community. Yeah, you guys are
Yeah.
doing great stuff. May is very active in the CSR group. I always follow her posts quietly,
Oh,
liking all your posts. Yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
It's really nice talking to you. You know, it's a very different insight into the world of building different brands, esports, and most of all, how like you said, even if you're street smart without education, it's not the end of the world. It's never too late, and we just need
Hmm.
to be hardworking, be diligent, and have that spirit in us to improve ourselves. I mean, everything is free, especially during this MCO. So much time instead of binging on dramas and everything, right? If everyone has been doing a lot of online courses, I think there'll be a lot of skills that we have already honed during this period. Lah. All
Yeah, I
right, so
say.
I won't take up too much of your time. I know you had a call just now from 8 to 9 and all that. So back for you. So don't take up too much of your time. So thank you so much, Ellen, for joining us in this Pillow Talk session. Appreciate your support. And I will come and PM you, and maybe you can become my mentor for the social media part.
Can also want to share two keywords. Stay curious and stay hungry. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. All right.
Thanks, May, for inviting me.
Bye. All right. Good
Take
night.
care.
Good
Bye
night,
bye. Bye
everyone.
bye. Good
Bye
night. Good night. Good
bye.
night. Good night.